Alright, so a quick video today that's going to expand on what we were doing with our powers of 10. So first, I want to ask, what do you remember about multiplying and dividing powers of 10? And what rules did we make? If you remember, we talked about the fact that our number system is base 10 system. So when we say, for example, multiply by 10 to the third power, it's as simple as moving our decimal point from where it was to 3 spaces to the right, and then having our new decimal point. And if we divided by, say, 10 to the third, instead of moving to the right, we did the same thing to the left. So we want to think about how could we use what we just looked at there to identify some of the missing values in problems. So let's look at an example. We have 24 and 567 thousandths times something ends up being 2,456 and 7/10. If you notice, both the numbers, the digits are exactly the same. The only thing that's changed is where the decimal point is. We know we're multiplying, so we know our decimal point has to go to the right. So we're multiplying by a power of 10, and then it can be as simple as counting our number of decimal places. So we know it needs to end up between the 6 and the 7. So if I count over and move over 2 spots, it becomes 10 to the second, or it's the same as multiplying by 100. Why don't you pause the video and try this next one on your own. So if we look here, we have 3,456 10,000ths, and it changes to 34 and 56 hundredths. Once again, we're multiplying by a power of 10. We're taking it, we're moving our decimal point over 2 spots. So another problem, we're just multiplying by 100. Now what happens if we are missing, say, a first value? So if you know 1,000 is really the same as 10 to the third, we know we're multiplying. Well, if you think about it, remember multiplying is the opposite of division. So if in the end we had moved our decimal point 3 spaces to the right, to figure out what we started with, we're going to go backwards and move it 3 spaces to the left. So here our missing value would be 7.65908. So why don't you try the video, or try and pause the video and try the 2 division ones on your own first. Now notice we're dividing in this next one. So that means we would have moved our decimal point to the left. So to get back to where we were, we'd have to move it to the right. This one's missing a power of 10, so we know we're looking at a power of 10. So once again, what would I have to move the decimal point to get it to where I started? Here it's 3 spaces, so it'd be 10 to the third or 1,000. 100, remember, is really 10 to the second. So if my decimal point is technically after the 3, I move it back 2 spots, so this becomes 351.43. So to recap, remember we're going to look at our digits, or at our number. We're going to identify what is different. And we're going to count our place values. To determine either our powers of 10 or where the decimal point goes in the end. Don't forget to fill out your notes as you go along with this and get those down so you have them to refer back to.